Beneil Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan has to be one of the most interesting matchup of the year, since it's the classic wrestler dude versus the jiu-jitsu guy, and normally it usually cancels out and the two grapplers have to stand and bang. And in this fight, that's what's gonna happen. You can't try to out wrestle someone like Arman unless you have the accolades, but Dariush on the other hand is good at bringing people into his world as soon as they hit the ground. I mean, we saw what happened when Gamrot fought Beneil, and I see a lot of people picking Arman Tsarukyan to get the better of Beneil since he's the betting favorite, since his only loss is to Gamrot and Islam. Besides that, he's been dominating all of his opponents like Ismagulov, Joe Alvarez, and Matt Favola. Yeah, and I've also noticed that people like to point and say that Arman got caught by Silva, but hey, Silva got a really good shot and it just happens sometimes. But Arman recovered fast and finished Silva. I do believe in the hype of Arman, but I do think he has a terrible matchup ahead of him, being Beneil. And guys, put some respect on Beneil's name. Just earlier this year, people were calling Beneil Dariush the dark horse of the division. Now, after he lost to Oliveira, many have casted doubts on him and his chances of bouncing back, calling him a fraud or overhyped. And yes, he got folded into a lawn chair, but this is Oliveira we're talking about. Charles and Islam are just in a different level than everyone in the division. I noticed that Beneil normally has trouble with fighters who have power. I mean, that's why Beneil also got folded by Alexander in the first round, and that's why Beneil also got folded by Edson Barboza as well. I honestly think Beneil is quite crafty on the feet. Yeah, I mean, he looks a bit sloppy, but if you let Beneil have time to breathe, he will knock you out. He has mastered all the basics, and defensively he's pretty good, and I think that's what makes this matchup so interesting. I will add that the longer this fight goes, the more it favors Beneil. And the main reason why I see Beneil beating Arman is that as fast as Arman is, he is not that type of fighter that has knockout power. And I do see Arman lighting up Beneil in the early rounds with his kicks and everything, but if Arman cannot knock out Beneil, then I do see Beneil winning this matchup. That's not a knock on Arman, since I would argue that Tsarukyan, my opinion, is even more of a solid contender than a Gamrot and a Fiziev. And he's younger too, so he has a lot of room to improve. The only question is he able to improve in his striking? Because if it does, it makes Arman even more dangerous, and it's gonna help him with bad stylistic matchups like this one. The other two main reasons why I'm picking Beneil to win by unanimous decision is that Dariush, knowing how much scrambling that would be happening, this is very important as it ties into the second reason, the striking. At first, Tsarukyan is gonna be very explosive, very fast twitch, but that isn't going to last 5 rounds. Like, it's gonna be something similar to when Beneil fought Gamrot, where he doesn't have the energy to continue trying to grapple a person he can't hold down, and also no longer having the explosive fast twitch striking. And I honestly gotta give it to Dariush. I think he wins it in a very close fight. I would honestly give Beneil like a 52% chance of winning and Arman like a 49% chance of winning. Guys, I'm just being honest. If Arman does lose, it's not the end of the world. He can come back and potentially be the world champion of the weight class one day. I just think that Beneil is just a very bad matchup for Arman. At the end of the day, I guess we'll see what happens, but I cannot wait to see this matchup, man. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on my next one.